So thank you for coming to this informational meeting about club mentors and club coaches. We are first going to have a presentation by Daphne about club mentors. I will then follow with the presentation on club coaches, and then we will have a question and answer session uh, until 6:30. So Daphne, please take it away.
Oh, thank you so much, Mark. Okay, let's see if I can do this without too much anxiety. Um, so this is it. My first ever PowerPoint presentation. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Great. So mighty mentoring for new Toastmasters clubs. Great experience. I had my experience with it just last year, working with Stewart's IIT, the Business School of Illinois Institute of Technology. It was exciting. It was wonderful. I would recommend mentoring as the choice on the road to DTM. As it's just a great experience. I do want to distinguish club sponsorship from club coaching and club mentoring. Club sponsorship involves organizing a potential new club, helping to secure a sufficient number of first-time ever charter members. Out of your charter members, only 3 or 4 can be reinstated or dual members. The majority, a large number, have to be first-time ever Toastmasters. You must complete all necessary paperwork to request a charter, and then we ask you to see the club through the establishment of the first few regular meetings, or at least a demonstration meeting. Club coaching is partnering with an established club to rebuild an issue or address an issue like low membership, or help the club achieve its distinguished club recognition points, which represent the tasks that Toastmaster International wants us to be in charge of in every year. A certain number of new members brought in every year, a certain number of educational levels achieved among the members, certain administrative tasks like having an election, having a full officer roster, having twice a year training, things that otherwise restore quality or restore robustness to a club's experience. Club mentoring, however, is what we're talking about today. Let's see if we can get it. Hey, come on. Trying to get it to switch.
I think you have to hit slide 4.
Just click on slide 4.
Oh, I'm on slide 4. Thank you, ma'am. I'm hitting 3. You're right. I'm down to 4. Thank you. See, experience. Club mentoring is where experienced Toastmasters, that's you guys, people who have completed or are about to complete 2 paths, provide guidance, support, and knowledge to help a newly chartered club establish a strong foundation in Toastmaster practices and processes, and help that club get the support it needs to grow and to achieve excellence. After chartering, no club is on its own. You're there to guide them. We're there to help you. So mighty mentoring involves completing a new club mentor training like this one, participating in a demonstration meeting with your newly chartered club, or the earliest possible club meeting that you can, then attending the new club's regular meetings or their executive committee meetings at least once a month for 6 months. If they have more meetings than that, you can attend more meetings than that, but we need a report a month And finally, submitting a report at least once a month within 30 days, I would ask, so that you are fresh on the details. And if you have a partner, you can split this report writing. I want to hear both your voices. Your role will be to observe the new club's meetings from setup, please, through the end. Try to be on time. Try to be early. Try to stay throughout so you can catch everything that's going on. Give suggestions aloud within the meeting. You can open your mouth and you can state if you see something that needs to be addressed. You could take notes and wait until the GE's portion and share your observations, but always be sure to reinforce the proper meeting protocol and the Toastmaster brand. And proper meeting protocol may feel a little odd to them. We clap as people approach the podium. We address people by their titles. This is the Toastmaster. This is the timer. This is not Joe or Sarah. You're not just handing over the mic, but you are establishing a feel that anyone who's been in a Toastmaster meeting should be able to recognize. And that's what we mean by brand. When an organization or an institution has a brand, you close your eyes, you think about Kellogg, certain things come to mind. You close your eyes, you think about AT&T or McDonald's, certain things come to mind. Close your eyes and think about Toastmasters, and certain things should come to mind, and people should be able to come into your new club and know that it's Toastmasters because of certain protocol. So speak up and let them know. We announce who the roles are. We define the roles over and over again, so visitors to the club as well as new members understand what the general evaluator does, understand what the timer does. We repeat over and over again. That's Toastmasters brand. Thirdly, report your observations in writing to me, the club quality chair, within 30 days. I'll be looking for your report every month, and I will respond to it. I'll write a response. I'll let Marc know what your report was, and either of us may have recommendations to help your club. We'll write back to you. Generate strategies that will help the club improve where needed. And please note, how does the club respond to that? Did they implement your ideas immediately? Did they hear you and kind of ignore you? You know, what's going on there? Finally, you really may be asked to share your personal resources, your expertise, and your contacts from your heart. These are people who do not know about the Toastmaster wider community. They don't know the people that you know. But when you say, oh, you know, it's about time for you to have a guru come in and talk to you about using free Toast Host, you may need to reach into your book of contacts and write a letter that introduces a guru to your club. Maybe you write the letter inviting the guru to the club after you've discussed it with the president and the officers. You can write. You can be actively involved in bringing them in. When they want to do something unusual like an open house, maybe from your list of contacts, you suggest some open houses, some online open houses that they can view. Use yourself. You're the best instrument that we have. I wanted to do a few minutes of a demonstration video, but unfortunately the sound was not coming through. So before you leave your group, I want to say there are a lot of important concepts and terms and processes to learn about in Toastmasters. Before you leave, does your new club have a complete officers roster? They may have started with the minimum 4, but are they prepared to elect new people to officers' roles? Do they understand that you're not supposed to stay in that president's role for 7 years? You're supposed to have elections, and perhaps your officers are rotating. 3 people are rotating among the top positions, but you should start aiming for 7 officers. You should try. Do they know that there's mandatory training for officers twice a year? That means almost as soon as they finish their first 6 months, they'll be needing to get officers trained and then have those officers trained again. And there are distinguished club points associated with completing the mandatory training. And if they do not get those points, they can become probationary and be recommended for coaching. Does your new club understand and participate in the Distinguished Club program? Do they know how to get education points? And by that, everybody's excited about tackling the icebreaker. Does everyone understand that our expectation is for members to complete whole educational sequences called levels? We want you to do your icebreaker, but we also want you to practice a speech with a purpose. And then we want you to practice a speech which demonstrates vocal variety. We want you to learn how to evaluate others as well as be evaluated a couple of times. And now we want you to rotate through the roles. We want you and expect you to try your hand at table topics. We want and expect you to try your hand at Toastmasters to complete level 1 and level 2, respectively. Do they know they'll need to develop a club success plan that must be submitted by a date certain to Toastmasters in order for their club to continue? And has anybody mentioned to them that there are district officers above the club level? There's an area director who will come in and pick up where the mentor left off. Somebody who will come in and observe periodically, give them the same kind of feedback, encourage them to learn new things, and maintain a robust club. Do they use free toast hosts? Do they print an agenda? Are they selecting paths and doing pathways? Is everybody in a bottleneck where everybody's doing icebreakers and nobody's tried the next speech? That's a common issue, something to think about. Above all, do they know that they can get continued help from the division and district leadership? Division and district leaders are there to help forever. That's pretty much the end of my presentation. I trust you. You'll do great. At the end of 6 months, you will ask the Vice President of Education or another officer of the club for a letter to affirm that you have completed a 6-month mentoring with them. The beauty of mentorship is it is a fixed commitment, Rosalind, for busy people, right? As opposed to what you'll hear about coaching. Coaching is a little more open-ended in terms of time, but this one is a 6-month commitment, and you can perhaps have a partner. If you have a partner, then you're sharing the report writing. I'm expecting to hear 3 reports from you, right? Not all of the reports from one or the other of you. I'm your club quality. Is the word chief or is it club quality? Share. Silly me.
Share.
Club quality chair, Daphne Lasam. I'll be standing by to help, as will Marc. Email your reports to dlasan2@gmail.com. Text is my preferred method for quick contact. And the kinds of questions that I'll ask you in the report, there's a form, but it's things like, how did the meeting proceed? How many Toastmasters were there? Did you give tips on processes? Are your Toastmasters using pathways? Do they have plans to grow membership? It's a 2-page form. It's not real difficult. I do ask you to use that format, so we're asking the same questions from club to club to club. And Marc, that's it for me. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Daphne. Now I'm going to share my presentation on club coaches. And need to go to the beginning. Slideshow. So, welcome to the Club Coach informational meeting. I am Marc Maschino, the District 103 Club Growth Director. So, Club coaches help struggling clubs. So we're going to go through and ask, what is a struggling club? What are the club coach requirements? And how to be an effective coach. A club is eligible for a club coach when they have between 3 and 12 active members in good standing. Notice that that's at least 8 less than their charter strength, because Toastmaster charters clubs when they have 20 members. And also the club must not be suspended. Those are the 2 requirements. Toastmasters International encourages the club officers to complete the club coach module, which can be found on Basecamp. What are the reasons what are the reasons for a club to be struggling? There can be life reasons, such as a member moves to a different location. A member is fired from their job position, or maybe they have a family event that prevents them from coming back. The club's meetings are boring. It's always the same thing. Or the club meetings are no longer satisfying the members' needs. No educational speeches are given. So there's no moments of truth, for example. The same members are always doing the same thing, the same roles. No new members are joining clubs. There are bound to be members that are going to leave. So we need to have new members join in. If they don't, the membership is going to go down. There may be infighting in the club, or MOR, many other reasons. Or I have seen infighting in a club, and because the president wanted to do things this way, members left. And once the president was no longer president, members came back. There are many reasons a club can be struggling. So what does a club coach do? The club coach builds a rapport with the members, observes and analyzes the club environment. Is it a healthy environment? Do all members encourage each other, or is there an infighting? The club coach also helps the club develop and enable the club to achieve goals. Hopefully, the club coach instills enthusiasm, infidelity, and a sense of responsibility that, yes, I am a member of this club. I am responsible to help it grow. That's what is meant. That is what is meant. I'll get it right. That is what is meant by sense of responsibility. So being a club coach is your opportunity to grow yourself, to develop team building skills, to expand leadership experience, increase proficiency as a facilitator and negotiator, which can be necessary in many different life situations, professional or personal. And you can develop diplomatic skills. That, okay, this member wants it this way, this other member wants it the other way. Let's meet in between. Let's compromise. It's an opportunity also to share your Toastmaster experience. And most of all, it's your opportunity to earn credit towards your DTM, which is what most Toastmasters want. But what are the requirements to be a coach? First, you cannot coach your club, and You cannot coach the club in which you are a current member or have been in the previous 6 months. A Toastmaster must have active membership for a minimum of 1 year and have served as a club officer for 1 annual term or 2 semi-annual terms. Now, I know you have all completed your level two in a path because I only invited level 3s or more. So I know that is done. But you have to complete club coach training module in Basecamp. That can be found under suggested learning in your Basecamp. And most importantly, you can coach only one club at a time. What will you do in the first 30 days? Well, first you meet with the club president, the district director, and review the club coach agreement. I can add, I will add links at the end for the club coach agreement. You will observe club dynamics, see if everybody is equal or if there's an inequality is strength. Develop a personal rapport with the members, gain their trust and respect, because if you don't have their trust or respect, you won't be able to advise them how to change their club. You will use the club coach troubleshooting guide to know what to look for. Complete and submit the club coach preliminary report within 30 days after being appointed club coach. Okay. Okay. What is wrong? Let me quickly stop sharing. Ah, no. Escape there. Zoom. Share. There. Okay. When you will make the club connection, you will foster a sense of ownership, emphasize teamwork, because the club is at a low membership level and you want to bring it back up, which is it's two of the DCP points, gaining new members. Let them know that you're here, that you're here as a coach. You're not here to, you're not a normal coach of a sports team who is the dictator, who is saying, okay, this is what you do, and so on and so forth. No, you're here to help them. You encourage them to look at other clubs and what they are doing, but support them in their own style, because they have already chartered, they have already existed for at least a year, so they have their own style. Do not destroy this style. Let them keep it that way. Let them make changes as they wish, but encourage them to look what other clubs do. A status check. You won't need to report every 30 days as Madam Club Quality Chair desires, but once every 60 days with the club coach progress report. But in order to know where the club is at the beginning, after having gained the trust and respect of the club officers and members, have them conduct a moment of truth. A moment of truth is a presentation where that you will lead, and you will ask each member to work on 6 categories of their club. They will grade these 6 categories, and they will come up with the strengths and challenges of their own club. Once you know their strengths and challenges, facilitate the discussion on those and agree with them on what needs to be worked on. The club is probably not having good meetings. So you must have the vice president of education review his role in the club leadership handbook, see how to produce agendas, how to plan club meetings, and show every leader how to find and use every tool available for us in Toastmasters, including, I'll say off of the top of my head, toastmasters.org. Anybody and everybody in Toastmasters can call Toastmasters International, located in Englewood, Colorado. So those are the 2 basic tools, but there are others. Clubs that you are appointed to coach probably have lost the member-focused perspective. They need to return to that so that they develop meetings that are attractive to the members, where the members are interested. And if the club meets in person, recommend displaying the moments of truth, club quality standards evaluation. That way, every time they will go back to the meeting, they will see it again and again and again. It will become ingrained, hopefully. Now, membership, it takes 20 members to support a club. It takes 20 members to charter a club, but it takes 20 members to support a club. So the clubs you will coach need to get back to that level. You need to combat attrition. No, you combat attrition with a membership building culture. How do you do that? You can run club membership contests, 3 of which are the Smedley Award, the Talk Up Toastmasters, and the Beat the Clock. These awards are last 2 months each, and if a club has 5 members join during those 2 months, then they will, if they are in person and they have a banner, they will get a ribbon to put on their banner. They will get the satisfaction of also satisfying one of the DCP goals, because number 7 is having 4 new members. Number 8 is having 4 additional members. So that's a total of 8. Retaining members provide continuity and assures a strong leadership base. As Daphne was saying earlier, we do not want the same people in the same leadership positions all the time. We want a leadership base so that those leadership roles can be filled by by a rotating membership, at least a rotating membership, if not totally new members every time. My first club I was a part of, I was a charter member, and I stayed there for 7 years. During those 7 years, I was president twice. That means there were 5 other presidents. That's good for the club because each president brings his or her own experience, her own point of view of doing things. Every member is responsible for keeping all other members involved, satisfied and involved in the club. So one way to do that is to recognize member achievement and club achievement. You formally recognize member achievement when they achieve an education award, a level 1, a level 2, a DTM, a trio, no, trio is wrong, but when they get 3 awards within the same period.
Triple Crown.
Thank you, Daphne. A triple crown, or any other achievement. The club's achievement in the DCP, in the Distinguished Club Program, can also be formally recognized. Corporate clubs can recognize them, recognize all these achievements in their company email, their internet, their newsletters. In community clubs, they'll also may have club newsletters on social media, on the club website. And if you're in person, there is a member progress chart that you can post on the wall, and you can say, well, Marc has achieved level 1. Daphne has achieved level 3. Rosalind level 4. Neetha is about to achieve her DTM, and every member that come to every meeting see that all the time, and it kind of juices you up wanting to have the same levels as those that you see on the wall. So looking to the future, help members develop a vision for their club. Help members decide what they want their club to become. And that will start getting them involved in the club more than they were before. Get their agreement to fulfill the club mission, the Toastmasters club mission. And you must also guide the club to set specific goals. Now, we all know the club mission. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. That is the club mission that Toastmasters has for all of our clubs. The club itself can have another vision if they so desire, but the club coach must at least teach the club officers how to use the Distinguished Club Program on the website, and the club success plan, because now it is a requirement for each club to fill their CSP before September 30th. So you need to teach them these two. What does the club success plan do? It helps the club estimate estimate the dates and the members that the club will need in order to meet the 10 DCP goals. That's the purpose of the club success plan. So finally, for a coach to receive credit, the following requirements must be met by June 30th. The club is distinguished or better. You must have served at least six months. At least 6 months. So if you start in let's say January 15, then you need to serve until July 15. The reporting requirements in the course of fulfilling the club coach, that means the preliminary report and the status report every 60 days. And to get credit for club coach, either the president or the VPE of the club must send an email to TI saying, yes, Rosalind served 6 months and helped us get to distinguished. And you will get district leader credit awarded if the club not only is distinguished, but has a minimum of 20 members.